Welcome everybody to the Daily HiFi Podcast. We do this every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. With me, as always, we've got Mr. Joe and Tell.
What's up? What's up? Sorry if the video quality is not good.
No, it's better now.
Is it?
Better now.
All of a sudden?
Yeah. All of a sudden. Maybe we just needed to go live. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess our internet has been acting up a little bit, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Busy weekend, huh?
Oh my goodness. I'm still reeling. Still reeling. And why is this all loose? Silly microphone. Yeah, busy weekend. We were at the show.
And you said you got to come
situation.
to ours is the room.
That's what I said in one of the clips. Who do we got here? Let's see what's up for the chat. Tim Perry, Mr. Man of the Hour. Thank you so much for being here. Victor Boyd, Larry Stugel. We got to hang out with Larry
Stugel. Yeah, I found out.
Stugel,
it's like Stugel, yeah.
Stugel, that's right. We've got Jeremy, Mr. Reverend Slim in the house. Michael Squires, what is up? Wendell, what's up, buddy? How are you? Ben, what's going on? Ben, we'll call him Donuts Ben.
Yeah, he brought donuts.
That's right. He brought donuts on the last day. That was very strategic. I like that, Ben.
Yeah.
I like that. That was dope. C Big in the house. What's going on? Medieval 1980. Chris Contreras. Derek Joshua in the house. Ladies and gentlemen. BB Photo. Van Williams. Josh Damon. And the Gooch. I got to meet Goochman.
Yeah, hey, Gooch, Ben stole your donuts. Last time when I had an event, you brought the donuts. This time, Ben brought the donuts. It's kind of funny because we were in the middle of a presentation.
No, it was great.
Serious. And then he comes in with 2 boxes, and everybody's like, "Hey!" Yeah, that's what happens. You bring donuts.
That is what happens.
So I didn't catch that on video, but we will have a recap video. I'm gonna make one. Shauna's gonna make one. And we try to kind of bring the show to you guys. That's what our goal was. So hopefully we'll do that. Yeah, Larry, that was cool seeing you. He hung out for a while. I was getting corrected on stuff, like instead of, I used to say Larry Stugel, and then his lady said no, it's Stugel. And then I went to Weem, and they're like, no, it's not Weem, it's Wim.
Oh,
Wim.
A
Wim amp,
like we made this company on a whim.
Yeah, like Winamp, like Winamp Pro. Remember Winamp?
Yeah, is it like a throwback to Winamp?
I don't know. Sure sounds like Winamp. This is a question that
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I was planning on talking about this in a bit. So we'll go into some of the things that happened at the show.
Some
of the people we met, some of the things that happened, some of the equipment that we were running.
What happened?
Maybe I know you guys want to hear about some of the rooms, right? That we went into, and we're going to tell you tell you the truth. Chana went to Sony. Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I can't show you. Well, there's one clip that had a video on the screen, and they were that was a movie that's in post-production right now, so I can't show that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I went to Sony, and I call this in my Atmos mixing studio, but that was all Sony was all theatrical. So they call it actually like. Let me see. I can get some photos. Hold on. They actually call it a stage, right? So let's see here. It's my little field trip to Sony. So big shout out to Nick Matsky for making the intro to Mark Fishman. They were on my live stream on my channel. And what is this? Oh, this is the wrong Photos app. Okay, here we go. Google Photos. So here's Sony Pictures. This is in Culver City. and it says World Headquarters. These are all videos. This is the sound department area that we were in. Okay, so Anthony Quinn Theater. This is Sony's smallest Atmos stage, right? So it's not a mixing room; it's a stage. It's like Galaxy Studios. It's like a theater with you see this whole row. These are all surrounds, and then the height channels up there. And now we're into the surround backs and the rears, and there are the sides there, and then they have like 5 speakers behind the screen. All right. And this is the smallest one. This is the smallest one. Right. Yeah, wow. They had a big old mixing console. Kind of really didn't get a whole lot because we were just kind of in and out of there pretty quickly. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
What I always do. I shoot my shot. Like, can you guys play something on here real quick? Like, can we hear what's on there? And she's like, nah, it's on NDA, so you can't see or hear that. And I was like, okay. I brought my ADMs. Can you play that? And they're like, oh, the equipment room is somewhere else. So the computer wasn't even in that room. So I was like, hey, I gotta try, right? I gotta try. I gotta shoot my shot and see what's up. And then, who knows? You might have said yes.
Right.
So that's that one. Let's see. Then, okay, this one is an even bigger one. Let me get it up on screen here. Let it load a little bit. Download a little bit. Come on. What's up, FOMO? I see FOMO in the house. What up, FOMO? What is he saying? Mark Fishman is my bud. He invited me to watch him remaster Coraline. Oh, yeah. Looks like the Skywalker Ranch soundstage. Who knows? Chana on a soundtrack. I'm saying, ooh, things are happening. Woof. Things are happening over here. I tell you guys, this is some crazy stuff. All right, so one of the things that's interesting. So the whole wall here on the side, all fabric. So it's just the whole wall is a giant. What is it? Room treatment, right? So these are the sides. Up here, these are Oro 3D speakers, believe it or not.
This is massive already.
Jeremy does not want to believe it. And here's the height channel. So this is a bigger one, right? And in this room, look at this. This is crazy, bro. It's like a full-on theater. So Mark Fishman mixed Fury, the movies Fury and Power Rangers here in this room a while back. And he's not working in this room right now, but where's the damn it? She's showing us that it's all fabric. That's Kim. She's like the director over there. And so you see the mixing console here in the center of the theater. I wonder. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be watching Spider-Man and say, watch out, somebody's moving around the room. Oh, you guys are hilarious. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so then that was this is another of that room. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is the Barbara Streisand studio or stage, and this is where they do their scoring. They record all the scoring, dude. They can have like 100 or something instruments in here, like the orchestra score. They do it all in this big ass room. Come on and load. Hurry up, load. Damn you, Google. Anyway, the first thing that they scored here it is. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Guess what the first thing they scored here, Joe? You'll never guess.
Tell me.
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah. And you know what they said? They had to, whenever they replace the floor, they have to find the exact same materials. Otherwise, it changes the acoustics in the whole place. And so since they have everything already set up, they don't want to like redo everything as far as like, having to remeasure. The room is huge, right? So they try to get the like closest to whatever the materials they use for the walls, and the flooring and all that kind of stuff. So there's Mark. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. but look at this size of this console. So this is for all those analog. Did you see that? This is for all those analog inputs. Holy crap. Just imagine every single violin, every single cello, woodwinds, whatever is being scored in the movie is coming through this thing. And wow, it's a Neve console, and it's just, this is a massive room. That's the only thing that's like original from back then. Everything else is updated in the back here with like all the computers and stuff like that, the HD rigs from Pro Tools and whatever. But that's huge. Look at that. Look at that guy. I made a joke. I was like, I have 16 channels in my studio. Sony said, hold my beer. They liked it. They laughed. Yeah, look at that. Techno Dad Christmas song, Deck the Hall. Okay. And then what else? Let's see. I think there might be one more thing. Oh, this is another room. So this is the room where Mark is working in, and they're working on a new HBO show. That's only going to be in 5.1, oddly enough. So I was just showing like this is more fabric, and it's cool. Like there's nothing back there. It was pretty cool to see these things. And then there was like Ghostbusters cars. So Nick and I took some pictures, and just walking around the whole area, I felt like I was on set somewhere, and it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing. I asked the lady. I asked his boss. I was like, "What does it take to like get a job mixing over here, like something theatrical?" She's like, "You can just call me."
And also just sell your soul.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know. I'm just kidding. Probably in the contract. It's right at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the show. Dude, the setup was probably the hardest part, right? Setting up the wires. We had a 7.1.4 system, and speaker on a stick, all that. Like moving the stuff in, no problem, but the wiring. That's the thing that I was surprised about. It's like we have to wire all this stuff. All these other guys, they probably just have to plug in 2 speakers and then whatever fancy interconnects. They probably have to, they do have to, add the cable risers, so that's a little bit extra, but we had all these crazy amount of cable, and we had to make it look somewhat decent. I think you did a good job with that.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
It was pretty cool. We had a guy come in. He wanted us to sign his toolkit. He came with a marker. He came prepared. Oh, Chana's making a Sony deal right now. Look at him. Look at him making a Sony deal. Yeah. How much? Nah, he's probably ordering food right now.
Nah, man, I have food. That was my mom. She's all like, she's all like, "Hey, did you pick up the car?" I was like, "Yeah."
So yeah, signing toolkits. Remember that guy?
Yes. Yeah, we did. I had Erica take a picture. It's on my phone.
Okay.
You want to even bring it up?
Yeah,
we met a lot of people that were viewers. I tried to take selfies with everybody because Ra's al Ghul, he was here. He was there. Boom. Oh, do people want them being on the show? Fuck it.
I don't know.
If you took a picture with me, you're gonna be on the damn show. That's Ra's al Ghul. Let's see here. What were we talking about? What cables, right? Cables. Were we talking about cables? What were we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, getting over here. Oh, that's the song I wanted. All right, so look. Boom.
Yeah, just wiring it up. How about that thing? Look at that. We fit everything into the SUV. Whole 7.1.4. Speakers, subs. Well, luckily we only had to carry one sub.
One sub, yeah. Only one sub.
Stands, speaker on a stick, 7-channel amp, AVR.
Right? All the speaker stands.
Yep.
Hold on, I got my license
rack,
plate.
equipment rack.
That's right. The rack. That was the biggest pain, was that stupid rack, man. Let's see here. Where's this? Present, screen share, photos. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Come on, click it. Boom. Rack. Monitor. This monitor died. It was dead. This guy here. I had to buy a new TV. There's the side surrounds. There's a 10-inch ELAC. Boom. Our carts, backpacks, my briefcase. It was packed. It was packed. There's me talking about it. Here's us getting into our room here. It's kind of like, oh, we got a couple of lights, trying to make it vibey. Joe's getting crazy with the strobe over there. And just slowly piecing things together. Having fun. It was kind of hot in there too.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we didn't bring any room treatment too.
Yeah.
Look at that center. We didn't leave it that way.
But look at that. Just to make it look ridiculous. Oh, that was fun. We got 9 chairs, which
Oh, that was so we had the middle row right there wasn't a base null. So we ended up just taking them out.
Yeah.
Like, nah, don't sit there. Don't sit there. And we know because we take measurements. I don't know how many other people.
Speaker tongue. Oh, the speaker tongue. All right, this guy is the speaker tongue guy. Yeah, he was awesome. He was back. So I ran into him at the elevator. Also ran into Andrew Jones at the elevator. Oh, there's my car. Let's see. Oh, this is a dude from the show. What was his name? I don't know. But he came in and listened to Magic Beans when we were first setting it up, and then he came back on Sunday, right? And he was just like, whoa, blown away. There we were. We had to cross somebody off of there. Here's some speaker on a stick idea from who's this? RSL. Look at that. That's way sturdier than mine. So yeah, I took a couple of pictures of that. Nice little what do you call it? Inspiration. There's me explaining we got 9 chairs, and Joe's doing the Magic Beans. And we're talking about beating it up. Oh yeah, there were 2 earthquakes, and Larry was like, dude. Was it the 2 earthquakes or the Magic Beans at work? That was the funniest shit, Larry. Oh man. Oh gosh. All right, let me stop sharing this before I get something in trouble. Hold on a second. What else is coming up? Okay, these are good until we get to DJ Hato. Okay. Go ahead. You're gonna say something.
What was I gonna say? Maybe we should kind of talk about the demos that we did.
Okay. Oh, here's the cables. Here's the cables.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look at that. All these cables. It was a 2-step process on that one side, because the one side had how many speakers on that one side? It had the right height, surround right, rear right height, rear right, rear left, and both heights in the back too. Yeah. So out of the 11 speakers, 3 of them were on the left and the rest were on the right. So I was a pain in the butt. That took a while. And look at that. Anybody has cable OCD? Just let me just keep this on the screen for you. Freak you out a little bit. Let's see. What else? What else? Let's talk about the demos. Let's see here. We had some Atmos demos going on here. Got a new TV from Best Buy. They hooked it up. And some people from Best Buy knew who I was, and they showed up on Saturday and checked out the Magic Beans and all that stuff like that. There's some people listening. It's pretty dark in there that first day. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, met some. Yeah, there's Gooch. Woo! What up, Gooch? And some other viewers. This guy was hanging out for quite some time. Oh, we listened to these speakers. What were these called? Do you remember these? Griffin.
I didn't listen. Oh, you did.
I did. They put me up front.
Yeah. I was kind of like, can you please play something with some bass, please?
Yes, yeah. Because this is, hi-fi show is jazz. Oops.
Okay, here, let me share. You're not prepared, bro.
No, I'm not.
everything and
prepared.
everything. At least I made an album.
Oh, you made an album? Okay, cool. I didn't get
Now let me see.
You're double checking. You're double checking it.
Yeah. Okay. Who cares? Let's see. Does this work if I do this?
Share.
There we go. So these are the subs that we used. So Chana had his ELAC Vero RS500. So thanks, shout out to ELAC for bringing these. I wanted more subs just because the room was kind of big, and we didn't know where people would stand. So we wanted to have as smooth a base as possible. So three 10s only. They're only 10s, and they're not that big, but I think they handled some business. What do you think? Anybody who was there, was the base handling business? I think so. So that's that. What else we got here? Oh, that hallway. The hallway was an extreme bass zone.
Definitely.
Man, it was crazy because it was acting kind of like a port. So if you'd stand in the hallway, it's just like ridiculous. So next day we had Angela print this out for us. This is for you. We're Reverend Slim. So SVS had their speaker on a plank. So that's their new elevation. So just took a picture for you. There's Chana. There's this guy who's showing his headphones. And during the first night, like they had
that's a great picture of me.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a great phone, you know. But
that's what happens when you got a great homie.
And he's like, I told the guy, like, he was a young guy, and he just made these headphones. And I'm like, that guy has a lot of subscribers, man. Go take a picture. And he's like, oh, he does? And he took out his camera, started taking all these photos.
Oh, he took a bunch of pictures of me, like rocking out. And then I had to leave the room.
Okay.
We stayed at the Hooters. I mean, we stayed at
so we didn't have a hotel at that place just because we weren't prepared to do that. You know, we kind of changed last minute. So we're like, all right, what's available? This was the only place that you could find, or what?
Yeah.
This was not the business.
That wasn't like $300.
This is not like, you couldn't even tell what's what. Like which one is which. Right? So it looks all right. Like, okay, that looks cool. And then you look, oh, we were just cracking up the whole time. I'm like, I'm not taking a shower there. I'm not doing it.
I did it in the morning. I had to.
So this is the next day. Walking in, it's kind of how it looks like a lot of the time. Just trying to make your way in. Pretty packed most of the time. Oh, this one was the Steinway Lingdorf. They were showing their speakers with 612s each.
612.
And 612s. And they're showing Room Perfect, which I've never heard before. This was a big room, and I was surprised. Like, those actually sounded pretty good. They sounded pretty good, like 98% of the time, 99% of the time.
It had a little issue, but the Room Perfect did a good job of kind of tightening things up.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the difference with it on versus off. So I like that. Klaus was showing, this big Viking looking guy. So
we should have taken a picture with Klaus, man.
Yeah, Klaus was cool. But of course, I had Magic Bean, so I had to tell him, hey man, I think mine's better, but you look like a Viking, so I'm gonna tell you that from like a decent distance away. You know what I mean? He was in a suit, so I'm pretty sure maybe he couldn't run as fast. Who knows? But
who's this guy? This guy's Brandon. Is that?
Yeah, Brandon. So we asked him to play Doing It Right, and Doing It Right has some pretty crazy bass notes. So here's Chana like drawing out where the bass notes are supposed to be, and I think it had a little issue with one of the notes, but so here we go in the low one. Look at the faces. Like they're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And I start dancing. Yeah.
Hey, it bottomed out a little bit, dude. Let's keep it real. Why are we gonna pretend like it didn't?
Yeah, it bottomed out a little bit.
It did.
I think maybe if he didn't have it turned up so much.
He did have it bumping pretty loud, and look at how huge this room was. So
yeah, because look, there's a TV. There's another 85-inch TV off to the side because he had like a 85-inch TV in the front. Look at the size. That was, dude. Those things are huge.
Those are 12s in there, and look at how small they look, right?
Yep.
So that's just to give you an idea. I was for the most part, I was impressed. I thought they sounded really good. Those are probably the ones that I thought sounded the best in the, aside from our room, of course, but I thought these sounded really good.
You know how much those retail for?
No. 100? Yeah.
I would imagine it's up there. I don't know off the top of my head.
So yeah, I think that guy went to check to see what's up with the thing. Okay, so and then we took a picture of this for Aaron. Trust your ears.
Aaron. Yeah, where's Aaron?
Trust your ears. And this is us after the event, just playing ridiculous.
No, this is not after the event. We're still. What time was this?
Well, the door's closed. Oh, no, door's open.
Yeah, we're still. It's still. Yeah, we're still Saturday. Yeah, because then this guy came in.
Right? Yep. Came prepared. We hung out in the TAD. Is that how you say it? TAD, not TAD?
TAD.
Yeah.
We played yeah, and then they had a whiskey tasting.
Yeah. Very cool looking stuff. We had them doing it right on this one too. That was kind of our demo track.
Yeah.
And I thought it did its thing. It did its thing. I told the guy, hey, there's something rattling over there in the room, right? Because these aren't our rooms, right? So if there's like a vent, he's like, yeah, we can't do anything about that. And so that's the type of stuff you have to deal with in a show, is like, if your bass is popping off, you might be rattling other stuff, and you may not be able to get up there and reach it. It's funny though, because Aaron just recently measured these, and he showed that these do better if you're placed closer to the back wall. And I kind of thought that, because these are maybe 2 feet away. In his review, he said, like, the closer you bring it, the better it sounds. And so I thought that was interesting. I also agreed. I thought they needed a little bit more bass. Ben says, TAD speakers are 911 GT3 RS. They're about the same price. Ding. Yeah.
I'll take the Porsche.
I'm gonna have to say yes to that as well. But that's because I have lots of speakers. These are some giant speakers. I don't remember the brand, but they were huge, right?
Look, and that's Joe standing up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I took a little. I don't know if this was the measurement from that one, but
it was. Yeah, totally. I remember that shit.
Now you can't tell by music, right? Because I'd have to tell him, hey, can you play some Pink Noise? Oh, he's right, PBN, right? And they were playing them super loud, super loud, and it was hurting my ears.
Too loud.
I'm like, dude, that hurting my ears.
Oh, Borson.
Too loud.
Okay, a little quick story about these. During the day, hated them. Hated it. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It snaps up in the Z formation. Hated it. Because I think it was the owner of the company, he was sitting there playing this fucking music that was just putting me to sleep. Like, good God, $49,000 or $50,000 for this pair of Borson. They said to come back after 6.
Mm-hmm.
We came back, and we fucked it up. It was great.
Well, this is a big room. This is also a big room. They were showing these they're bigger, more expensive ones, and the back looks like a Lamborghini, right?
This is this is their debut of this speaker. Nobody's seen it unless you've gone to the show or experienced it. Yeah,
yeah.
They didn't have these at Expona. Yeah, the back was like, they're like exhaust pipes, and I was back there. We're bumping some EDM. Go ahead.
No, it did look like exhaust pipes.
Yeah, and the EDM was pumping. I went, put my hand back there, just air just flowing out of there. I'm like, oh, it's an exhaust pipe. Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought these sounded. I thought these sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
it's always tough because this is a really big room.
Yeah,
so you have to kind of like think about it, like, how would these sound in a maybe not so huge room, But I thought overall these sounded pretty good. These have some pretty legit engineering. You see the wave guide there.
Uh-huh.
And then look, this is their after party. Look at who I was hanging out with. You know, some older dudes, some older heads, which was kind of cool. I thought it was fun. Look at this guy.
Oh, that guy was hilarious. He was in our room just making all these jokes, dude. Oh, it was hilarious. Oh, there's the acoustics guy.
Yeah, he was telling me that he made a lot of the stuff for JVC back in the day. So he's like, he knew what was up. But yeah, he was awesome. But we were listening to some Beastie Boys right here. Look at him.
Oh yeah.
There's Chana next to these speakers again. So we're just hanging out here. It was a really cool room because it had a patio area.
Yeah, because shit was getting hot.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Hold on a second. You hear this? Oh no. You cannot hear that. Hold on a second.
Joe's trying to get him to say the speak a tongue, but it took him a while. Speak a tongue. Speak a tongue. Speak a tongue.
Yeah, that guy was cool. Yeah. I think that's it. That's it. Of course, we have some more in the actual videos. So
yeah, here,
we'll share some of those.
Just so.
Oh man, you guys are funny. Any of them?
Actually, Joe did. Joe played some fucking Diana Krall.
Yes,
he did. Probably. He did.
You know. Hold on a second.
So here's what Tad had for their Japanese whiskey tasting. So I may or may not have had a sampling of these during that. So that was also fun. And I think I was dancing up. There was a couple of places I was dancing it up. I bet you, and I know I'm on some people's camera rolls. I know that for a fact. So
yeah, there was this young kid that was there, and he was looking at Chana as if he was amazed. Like, I can't believe that guy does not care. You know? And then I went up to the kid. I said, why don't you show him what's up? Like, battle him. And he's like, no, I can't. I said, I'll tell you a little secret. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And then he started doing a little bit. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. That was awesome.
When I saw that, I was saying goodbye to him and his dad and stuff. I was like, hey, kid, if you feel like dancing, you just go out there and you dance like nobody's watching. That's what you got. He's like, okay.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's how we do. Let's see here. One interesting part was we were talking about magic beans, of course, and also about our spatial toolkit. And at a certain point, I had to kind of step out. Maybe I was talking to somebody, or I had to check out a room, something like that. But Chana took over, and he was talking about magic beans, probably talking about the JBL M2.
Yep.
And then what happened?
And then somebody came in. I just watched the video. Somebody came in and I was doing Atmos demos first. Why am I all choppy? What's going on?
Blame StreamYard.
And I played some Atmos demos, and he was like vibing to it. He's sitting in the front. He's like, yeah, okay. And then I played another one, and then he moved, and I guess he had his daughter and his son with him, and had the daughter sit down, and I played the new one. Oh, by the way, guys, I made like 4 brand new Atmos mixes. They're probably going to go to my patrons first. I've got to tighten them up a little bit. I always think I'm never done with those things, even though I'm like, okay, here. But I always want to fix stuff. Anyway, I played Lean On since the weekend before. It just had its 9th anniversary. And just a Major Lazer song. It was huge back in the day. It had like 3.8 billion streams on YouTube alone. Anyway, he started asking questions. He's like, hey, keep going. And then, I want to ask you some questions. So he started asking some questions. And so I brought up, this is what we're doing. This is what we got going on. Target curves, magic beans, spatial toolkit. Then I brought in, and he said target curve. I said, yeah, a lot of, oh, thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, dude. A lot of AVRs tune your room to an arbitrary target curve. They use the Harman target curve, which is based off the JBL M2 speaker And I'm not sure how many people have a JBL M2 speaker these days, but it pretty much doesn't seem to make any sense to use that as a target curve. And so blah, blah, blah. Magic Beans makes a custom target curve per speaker. Man, I got the spiel down. Yeah. I even have thing for next time. Right. So Joe and I were having a sale, right? Joe was doing $50 off Magic Beans, and we were doing 10. So 285, right?
All right.
Right. I'd be like, look, you get both products for $285. I know they don't seem like much, but think about it. Think about every room you went to in this show, and think about how many things you saw for $300. Now imagine this $300, less than $300, can make a bigger impact on your 2-channel and your home theater experience, that more so than anything else that you've seen at the show. And everything at the show is
awesome.
like,
that's awesome and all, Chana, but you totally went off from like the story that you're telling right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, so back to the situation. So the guy was like very intrigued, and I answered all his questions, and he's like, "You guys are doing something amazing," and he's like, he comes up and says, "By the way, I used to work at Harman. I worked on the M2 speaker, and I worked with Sean Olive and Floyd Toole and all this stuff." And what we didn't even like. We were just like, "What?"
Like,
like, man, like, holy crap.
That's pretty cool. And he actually contacted me, said, "Hey, maybe I can do a talk about this stuff." So that was super cool to talk to somebody who actually worked on some of this stuff, and for him to not saying, "You know what, you guys are completely wrong. You should stop talking immediately." He was like, "I like what you guys are doing." Like, that's pretty cool. Oh, this is funny. Reverend Slim says, "Were any of the rooms play? Do you have your bleep? I don't have my. Do I have my bleep?
Horse song.
I don't have it. Yeah, that horse song. And what he's talking about is the one I was telling you, Chana, that during the setup time, I'm like, dude, listen to this song.
Yeah. So,
oh my god.
Joe was
so
like,
that's called the Sumiko method, okay? Sumiko method, basically, like you place the left speaker anywhere, and then you move the other one, and you have to play this one song over and over till the bass does something, and that's their way of calibrating. No, it's probably decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was kind of laughing because I'm using a microphone. I'm measuring, and it makes it a lot easier. They're probably laughing at us because we're playing pink noise. At least they're playing a song, right?
Right. They're playing a song.
But the funny thing is, if you call Sumiko, they own a lot of different products. If you call them, that's their hold message. Say a prayer for the cowgirl. I've never heard that song in my life. Never heard it in my life.
Oh gosh.
But, you gotta laugh at that sort of stuff, because if it comes to Harman stuff, they're always playing what's it called? Tracy Chapman. Right? That's their test track.
Yep.
Fast Car. So everybody has their own test track. It's just funny that Reverend Slim brings it up, that horse song.
The horse song.
Yes, we heard it for good number of hours at a time. So if we could hear it, that means that they were definitely listening to that over and over.
They kept on playing it. Like Joe kind of jokingly said, and he's like, "Looks like they still haven't gotten the thing set up yet," because they keep hearing that same song over and over again.
Yeah, say a prayer for the cowgirl. Yeah. So let's see what else. So we use the ELAC Vero RS500s. They handled business. Let me know if I'm lying. And I got a chance to check out the Debut 3.0. What do you think about those, bro?
Other than our room, best products out there. Affordable. I only heard the bookshelves. The bigger bookshelves. And yeah. Legit. 450 or 550? I forget.
I don't remember the price.
But damn, those were good. Those were really good. And Chris Walker said, we had excuse me. They had a poster with all three of them, and he was saying, okay, so people wanted a different design. So the second one, they did a front port, and then people were like, oh, well, there's not enough bass now. And so they went back again with the rear port. Yeah, $449 for a pair of the larger bookshelves. That's a deal. That's a deal and a half. So yeah, they did good.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got in here?
Oh, so if you want to know the song, it's that horse song. It's the Ballad of the Runaway Horse. If you want to bump it, you've been warned. That's what it's called.
Oh God! You fucking killing me, bro.
Why don't you make that in the Atmos for the next time? That'd be hilarious. Oh, remix. You want to do a remix? Like invite like all the industry folks in. Like, hey, check this out, and it's just like a remix of that. That would be funny. Let's see here. What else we got? So yeah, I thought those debuts sounded really, really good. But I told Chris Walker, right? I said, hey man, you have the best sounding room itself. Like even when he was talking, it sounded like he had all this room treatment up. Versus ours, we didn't put any room treatment on purpose. But I think next time we should. You know, I think it would show off what we're doing even more. But his room sounded excellent. Like you went in there, it sounded like a normal room. You know what I mean? So anyway, his room itself sounded really good, and I would have to test them. I would have to test them to see, but I thought they sounded good.
They also look good, and they have this like, did you touch the front of it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was. Ooh, I don't know if I would stop touching the speaker or not. I wouldn't even listen to it. I'd just be touching it. You're gonna love it when you guys see that in person. Go touch it.
What is he saying? Yeah. What is Scruff Kingman saying? After watching us for a while, that 40-year-old virgin Michael McDonald scene is even more hilarious. What scene is that?
In the store.
Why? Which one? Which part?
They're all testing out that song, like a fucking Michael McDonald song again.
Oh,
can they play something else?
I remember that.
Yeah.
So we ran the OSD amp. That thing ran like a champ. No problems the whole time, right? Like just running it the whole time. And it was running 7 channels. Right?
All the Arendals.
All the Arendals. And so that is the new OSD audio HTA 7200. And I'm supposed to review it. I have no idea what to say about it, except it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Sounded good. I don't know what else to tell you guys. And I think it's going to be an affordable price. So if you're looking for a 7-channel amp, I think that might be something to look into. Who else? Let's see. RSL. Cool people, huh? RSL. So our neighbors are like RSL, SVS.
RSL, SVS, yeah.
And
what is that? That Just Audio? They had a bunch of rooms right next to us.
Not Just Audio. It was Upscale Audio.
Upscale Audio. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Upscale Audio.
So yeah, RSL guys came by. They checked out our system. I kind of felt bad because people were like going into the other rooms and the other home theater rooms and telling them like, hey, you guys got to get Magic Beans. I'm like, and they would come back and tell us, right? They'd say, hey, I told those guys they should be using Magic Beans. I'm like, that's kind of funny, but those guys are my friends too. And so anyway, I went over there and I apologized. Like, hey, I'm not telling these people to say that. So I'm sorry. They're like, no, it's cool. That's cool. But of course, they wanted to come by our room to check out and see what all the hubbub was about.
Yeah, he did. A couple of them. The kid did too.
Yeah.
Kid. So
folks, I think hopefully I'll go to their new spot. I think they may be setting up some kind of showroom. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they said, hey, we may want you to come by and do some Magic Beans on our showroom. So that'll be cool. Let's see here. SVS. I got to hear the evolution for the first time.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
Same as what you said. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because, if I'm impressed, right? Like the ELAC one, is it because the room sounded so good? Right? If I'm not impressed, is it because they didn't have any room treatments? Or maybe because in their case, I thought that maybe the speakers are maybe a little bit too far apart. And so I moved to further back. I'm like, oh, there's a clearer center. Right. So there's so many variables. I noticed what everybody else said, good bass. Right. Those things had some good bass with no subs. So that's pretty awesome. And I think that's what they're going for. They're going more for the 2-channel crowd. So that was good. Nick hooked us up with a Spider-Man. What was that movie? Whatever Spider-Man that was.
Far from Homecoming, when you can't get home. I don't know. Some
home.
Far From Home. Never come home.
The horses come home. Yeah.
When the horses come home. Yes.
Yeah. So it was a 7.1 mix because your Blu-ray player, whatever you brought,
was not the 4K, and so they brought the standard Blu-ray, which wasn't in Atmos. However, I don't know how we were apparently promoting Oro upmixing too at some point.
Well, we should have
had Oro 3D on the side of our room as well,
for sure. Right? Because here's the thing: we brought 11 speakers, and for a lot of the time, we were just playing left and right, so two channels and then the subs. And I'm like, why did we bring all this stuff? Right? We could have just brought 2 speakers and been done.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, let's upmix this thing and let all the speakers play. And I was asking people, like, does it sound legit? Like, can you hear some stuff in the heights? Does it sound real? And I don't know. I thought people seemed impressed. And I was like, yeah, well, that's just a 7.1 mix. We just upmixed it.
Yeah.
And I heard it going around. I heard the voice going to. I've heard the actual Atmos crazy one, so I know what that sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, you were there. You heard it. I don't know if Larry heard it.
I don't know.
Some of these guys were hanging around for quite a while, so they can tell you whether it sounded legit or not. But I was impressed even. Right? I'm like, hey, let's do this demo again. So that was cool of Nick to hook us up with that.
I was in the hallway.
Yeah.
Erica comes running out. It is so loud in there. When you were playing that, I don't know what you had it at. It's so loud in there. I was like, damn, okay.
You know, what ends up happening is after a while of listening to music, like you start getting used to the level. So it doesn't sound loud anymore.
Oh, okay,
right?
Got it. Yeah.
Let's see here. A lot of the rooms. Oh, there's Ben. Ben said he was impressed.
He was impressed by the Oro upmixing. Never. Yeah. It's a dead format. Stop talking about Oro 3D, Joe. And Jonna.
8-foot ceiling, yes. 8 foot 8 foot ceiling, yeah.
Yeah, and we had that's called hearing loss.
Goochman says it was legit. I thought Nick was impressed. Oh yeah, Nick heard it too.
Nick was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. On for if you guys didn't know, if we didn't cover it, the speaker on a stick was displayed on full display there, and people came up and they're like, hey, that's a speaker on a stick. I was like, yeah, there it is. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Pretty awesome to do that.
A lot of the rooms, would you say, tell me if a lot of the other rooms were playing anything with bass? Because truthfully, bass is often the hardest thing to reproduce. You're gonna need power. You're gonna need surface area, right? Yep. High frequencies. I mean, that's not that hard. You don't need a ton of power.
You don't need more power. You don't need power at all. It was amazing to me to see that, like, dude, it was still this jazz, dude. Everywhere we went, here a jazz, there a jazz. Everywhere a jazz had jazz. Even some jazz hands. But
the one guy was complaining. Remember, he said he's like, yeah, they said our system can only play jazz and classical.
That's right.
Remember? Am I lying when I say that? Did he not say that? The system,
ridiculous.
We could only play jazz and classical because of the amp that we're using.
Yeah. Okay. What does that mean?
What is happening?
Does that?
What is happening here? What is happening here?
What? How do you even do that? Does the amplifier know what music it's playing?
Yeah, it just stops whenever it hears any other genres. So I met somebody who was selling an $8,000 tone arm cable.
Oh my
I
gosh!
thought it was
Yeah,
a speaker cable, right?
Yeah.
I said we were asking. This is after hours, hanging out,
yeah.
right?
After hours, I ended up
Way
nicknaming
after hours.
him the cable guy.
Cable guy. He was a cable guy, right?
Yeah.
And we're asking him. He's telling me like there's this much silver, and he was also saying that it's a, we said what's the least expensive cable you have, and he says $8,000, right? And then we said, okay, I guess you checked it out, right, Chana? It was just a tone arm cable. Like how long was this thing? Like that long? $8,000. Yeah.
His speaker cables were like 50, 60,000 or something, and 7 pounds of silver, and they were like thick. I mean, they look cool. I went back there and I was like, and then I was walking, I tripped over it. The guy was like, hey. I was like,
I had a little heart attack, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he was talking to us about all this. Like he's like, I read all these AES white papers, and only 2%, and he said only 2% of them said what I'm doing, and I said, what 2% then? And then afterwards I said, you know what? I'm gonna give you some advice. You seem like a nice guy. I hope you sell some cables. I hope you truly sell some cables. Like I'm rooting for you, man. Right? But I said, let me give you a piece of advice if you don't mind. It's like, yeah, I'm down. I said, don't say anything about like science. Don't even claim anything. Just say these have silver, and if you're rich, then buy them. And if you're not rich, then don't buy them. I said that is your sales pitch, okay? Don't insult people's intelligence by talking about. Just say that. Say they feel awesome, and you're rich. Why not? Can you buy them? Then buy them. Your wife's mad at you? Then buy them. Whatever. I said, do that. So
you got no happiness at home? Buy some cables.
Buy some cables. You don't believe in cables? Who cares?
Yeah,
who cares?
Buy the cables.
Just buy.
You're rich.
Yeah.
You're rich.
Who cares? Yeah. So that was my advice to him. But I finally understood who sells $8,000 cables. I met him.
Yeah, we met the guy who created it, and it's his first. He said it's his first product.
Yeah.
Right. First product.
I was rooting for him, man. I wanted to talk to him afterwards and be like, I sold like 4 pairs. Like, yes. Yeah. But I don't know whether he did or did not, but it's all good. Let's see what else here. I think that's all I have. We've talked about the Sony Studios. Do we have any questions? In the meantime, before we go to the start questions, or do you have anything else to add to our event thing?
I think it was great that we got to show people something multi-channel at a 2-channel show. I think it was great to also show people that you don't have to spend a ton of money that on equipment that you probably don't even need. I think we showed a lot of people that you can take what you have currently and make it better for a nominal fee, for a little bit of money and a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Right. The perfect example is our guy who said, you just saved me $9,900. I didn't have to buy that processor. They bought the toolkit, and then they manually calibrated it. And it's one of those things like, look, if you did buy the $10,000 processor, it still wouldn't take it would still have like this little percentage that you're not using out of it. So I think that was remember the kid? There was a kid in there that came with his like mom, and
she's like, stop asking questions.
Yeah. And then
let him ask questions. He's asking awesome questions.
He was asking some great questions. Yeah. And as we're explaining stuff, he's like, trying to, rationalize it And he was a quick kid. He's a quick kid. He was picking up everything we're throwing down. Oops, excuse me. So yeah, I think that was the cool part about the show, and the fact that like everyone from the show staff came by to listen. Even the guys, like the big guys at the top, came. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, you came in here to get your fill of beans, huh? And we made a whole bunch of bean jokes.
I wasn't sure if they were just being nice. Maybe they told everybody the same thing, but like they're like, yeah, we had a meeting afterwards, and it came up that you guys were doing something different, and people really liked what they heard. I'm like, are you just telling me that? Did you say that to every single vendor? So yeah. I'm curious. They said no. They said that's just for us. Who knows? But yeah, if you can afford $8,000 cables though, and you don't know what to do with your $8,000 and you just want to support this guy who wants to sell an $8,000 tone arm cable, I think you should go and do it. Don't let me stop you. I wouldn't do it. But you do your money, do what you want to do. Let's see here. Yeah. Shall we answer some questions?
Yeah, let's get into these starred ones.
Okay. In the meantime, while you're going through those,
let me also add big shout out to my friend Erica for coming and hanging out. I think we had the best vibe in the room and out of the whole hotel. We were just playing music. People were coming in. They were hanging out. They were talking to each other. Surprise. Because I told Joe that one day, the Friday morning, but one of these mornings, it's so weird. You walk in, there's a bunch of dudes sitting down facing one direction. So we started moving chairs around and made it look like a party in there. And oh yeah, see?
Let's see what we're doing over.
Oh, we had some fun signs, extreme bass zones. We're listening to stuff. Yeah.
So this is before it kind of opened up that day.
Yeah.
But then it'd get pretty busy in there.
Yep. We're talking about stuff. More and more people come in.
I gotta make sure
the audio's up. Yeah, put it to anything other than speakers. What is that heart up there?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody actually wanted Joe to demonstrate it, and so he demonstrated with the left speaker, the actual process. Oh, there's Joe from House of Sound in Florida. Yeah. They were all impressed.
There's Brian from Acoustic. That dude's tall as hell.
Oh, and that's that old guy from the
There's Ben right there in the back chilling.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got a lot of cool
footage to get through, yeah.
And then we were interviewing people afterwards and asked them hey, did it suck or what?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a better way to ask instead of saying, did you like it? Be like, yeah, and be like, did it suck? Tell me honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah, you kind of get the idea.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun presenting.
I call him Unk. Doesn't this guy look like he could be my uncle? This is Unk right here.
Hey, is my video freezing on yours?
It's choppy, yeah.
Okay.
Unk. Unk.
If I bounce out and come back in, will it end the stream or no?
No. Oh, this is when we were playing the movie clips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had an eye-opening situation there. I think it was great. I think it was great for everybody that came by.
Yeah, I think this guy goes by HiFi Turtle on Instagram.
Oh yeah, right? HiFi Turtle, and then Bass Therapy behind him.
Therapy, right? And there's your boy right there.
Yeah, Matthew. Yeah. And then that other guy watched us. There's the guy runs the show. What was this guy's name? I forget. Christian, maybe? I don't know. Oh, this guy.
Yeah. He was hyped up.
Yeah, everybody was pretty hyped. It was pretty awesome. You know, no room
I hope
for
I
no
can
nothing.
find that older lady who was just like when we played Sweet Dreams. She
Oh,
was just like, oh, hey,
she started
there's Will Smith
singing.
right there. Other Will
Yeah.
Smith. Other
Oh
Will
yeah,
Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah. And your
Yeah,
buddy in the yellow shirt.
when was
that
she
guy
in
was
there?
hanging out for a while. It was
Oh, there's
Sunday.
Nick. Is that Nick? I think I saw
No,
him.
that was the end of Friday night. I was wearing shorts Friday. It was
Yeah,
Sunday.
there's Nick right there.
Yeah, there's Nick. Yeah.
What's happening here? Doing little interviews.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else? I think that's pretty much it. We'll have to make the video, clean this up, and make it presentable for you to watch. Man, I hope I recorded that lady. She was so cool. There, that lady.
There, her. Yeah. There she is. Yeah.
She was just singing "Sweet Dreams."
Yeah. She was having a blast. It was awesome.
Loud too, like over the music, loud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right. Well, that's that. What else? Oh, this thing. So Sean Olive posted about the Atmos music target curve. This is the target curve that they want you to use if you're using, Atmos for music. Do you use this curve, Chana?
Yes, I use it, especially in my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what happens when I drink coffee? I go doo-doo.
Yeah.
So
I know you said that. You
doo-doo curve. This is a doo-doo curve. What is that? What is that? Who wants that? Anybody would sign up for that curve?
Copy and paste it here. So if you want to check out Sean Olive from Harmon's post, it will be here. But it's interesting because there's some heavy hitters in the comments here. And so you may want to look through the comments. Not enough bass. David Carr. Let's see here. This guy makes that app that's called Open Sound Meter. That thing's awesome. Dual FFT. Maxine. Okay. And who's this guy?
Floyd Toole.
Floyd Toole. Yeah. So he's in there. I added a little something here to the discussion. And then I just said that basically a lot of times you're kind of forced to use that if you want to get certified. I don't know if they do that anymore. But yeah, look I got likes from Sean Olive and Floyd Toole. I made it, guys.
You have officially arrived.
I've arrived. I got likes.
That's right.
But yeah, that curve looks kind of weird because the way they scaled it, but it's more like this, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to look at it, still weird, but yeah. Check out that post. Let me know what you guys think of that target curve. Of course, I think that there's no such thing as an absolute target curve. If you want everything to sound the same, you need to use something like Magic Beans to make each speaker as accurate as possible. That's how you make it sound the same. The end result, the target curve you get as a result, who knows? But the speakers being accurate, that's the place to start. Oh yeah, BB Photo, he knows. Bob Katz is right there. Boom. Bob Katz.
Yep.
Yeah, heavy hitters in here. So check it out. I thought it was very interesting. I left the link down below. That's it. Speaking of heavy hitters, before we start answering some questions, I got to talk to Anthony Gramani for about 2 hours
today.
So we talked for 1 hour about Magic Beans. He had to go, and he's like, "Let's schedule another hour for the next day." So we did that, and I thought that was cool. So I sent him a license so he can try it out, and if Anthony Gramani says he likes it, that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
That means everybody's gonna like it. Everybody's gonna like it. You know what I mean?
Well, I get it though, because as the maker, of course, I'm gonna say it's good. You want to hear if other people that you trust think it's okay, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see. Anthony Gramani is a beast. Yes, he's beast. He is beast. Love talking to Anthony Gramani. That's it. Should we go answer some questions and get out of here?
We saw that one.
Yep.
It was awesome hearing the people who were never fans of DSP actually saying they were impressed with True Target.
Yeah. That's what
willing to give DSP a shot.
That's what Unk was saying. So Unk, he runs a company. It's called what is it? True analog.
True analog.
Right?
He makes
Like,
speakers and all this stuff.
All about analog, like analog, right?
Mhm.
And I have an interview with him, and he's like, "I see what you're doing. I think I might be able to say I can get with that." You know, he kind of said, "Yeah, for home theater," but that's movement in the right direction, I would say.
Did you hear how loud they mix that? I think that's about the Sony rooms. I don't know. They didn't have anything playing. Pose Acoustics said, if you're not listening at reference level, you're not watching at director's intent. A dynamic EQ fan. Okay.
Okay. Well, there's also a debate about what reference level is in a home,
Yeah.
right? Because people say 85. If we play like we were playing this thing loud, right? And at no point did I hit 0, right? Like -8, -6.
Yeah.
Right? That was enough. Right?
Yeah.
So playing it at 0, I don't think 85.
Not
I don't think 85 is the right reference level. Maybe I can get with like somewhere between 75 to 79, I could say.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Did you hear the Akoras? I heard him at Expona. Didn't hear him here. They had different ones on display. You didn't hear him though, did you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, there was another one that said something about brain. Did you hear brain?
Mm-mm.
So brain is this like crazy driver design where the magnets are on the coil itself, and they claim that this little Bluetooth speaker,
the Bluetooth speaker,
that it can get down to 20 hertz. I said, hey guys, this is a very bold claim because we can measure these things, right? Hope you know. And so the way they had it set up was really smart. They had the Bluetooth speaker on one side of the room and the seats on the other side. So boundary gain on both sides. I'm like, that's really smart. I like what you guys did there. That's really smart. As smart as a demo. And I think they're going to do well. I think they're going to do well from a marketing standpoint. It does have a lot of bass. I'm curious whether it's actually 20 hertz. And I told them, hey, if it's 28 hertz, I'm still impressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with 28 hertz and 25 hertz. But if it's really 20 hertz minus 3 dB, that's pretty crazy. Minus 10 dB is even crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see. What else?
Steinway, are they part of the piano company? Yes. I think so. Any rooms play Diana Krall? We did. Joe wanted to piss me off.
I played it like once, right?
Yeah, once. Horse Song, we got to that. What is more worth it? 0.4 Atmos or wides? Are you saying 9.1.2 versus 7.1.4? Is that what you're saying? 11 either way. If that's the case, I would go with the 0.4 Atmos to get the front and back. Well, what do you think, Joe?
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of things that may not use wides yet.
Yeah, I think having the 4 high channels will give you a better Atmos experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It depends also which AVR you're using. So the new Denon products, they have it so that when you have wides, if you're playing content that doesn't have wide, specific content, the Dolby Surround Up Mixer will actually use those as they have some kind of algorithm there that makes them work. So maybe if you're using a new Denon or Marantz, it might be worth it. There might be others also, but those are the ones that I know.
Yeah. Okay. Would the RSL Speedwoofer 10E be better than the Yamo? Oh man, I don't even know.
C912. I don't know about the C912, but I do know that RSL makes legit stuff. Right? Especially their subwoofers. I have their 10S, and that thing is inexpensive and still it's pretty awesome. Right? You can spend a little bit more and you'll get, you'll go from maybe 20 hertz to 16 hertz, but being able to get down to 20 hertz, I think, is the goal. So I think I wouldn't expect the 10E to not really be able to play those low frequencies. And if you can get a couple of them, that's always going to be good. Yeah, I'm a supporter of RSL. I feel like they make good stuff. They show measurements. They have a clipple now. So
that's right. They give their an NFS. They're like, well, yeah, we got an NFS. So like, oh, okay. Yeah, because they have some speakers and stuff like that. They got some small speakers.
have you ever heard a 2-channel system that imaged behind you?
Let me lay back. Let me lay back for this one. Yeah. What are we talking about here, Joe? What are we talking about?
Have you heard any like, oh shoot, something behind me type of deal?
I mean, I got speakers behind me. Is that what you mean?
For 2-channel.
I got 2 channels behind me, Joe. What do you mean?
Oh, like the speakers you can turn around, you got them behind
I got them right there and right over there. I mean, some people say.
Yeah.
Some people say they get that. Have you ever gotten that?
I would say that the most impressed I've been with speakers is with stereo 2-channel speakers is when they image where the reflections are hitting the sidewalls and it sounds like really wide. Like you see the speakers are over here, but you hear the sound out here. Right? Rarely does it go anywhere beyond here. Right? That's about as wide as it can go. But I have heard one instance where I heard a 2-channel system and it sounded like it was behind me a little bit. And that's with Klipsch, the 5s.
Oh.
And I think because they're so directional, right? It was like bouncing off my rear wall.
And coming back at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
I buy that.
That was the only reason. But I don't know that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I remember that happening.
I don't think I've ever heard anything like that.
I think I might have caught a little something during the show, huh?
Yeah. You gotta blow that nose of yours. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that as far as something actually behind me. I've heard some pretty wide sound stages to where they're almost 180 degrees, like, but nothing behind me.
Okay.
Nothing behind me. Yeah.
Let's see here. What's this one? Chat AB. My question is, does ceiling height really make a difference for Atmos?
Yeah.
I would say so.
I mean, we had what, 8 feet in that room?
8 feet, yeah. But if you have some cathedral ceilings, like that's going to be a huge difference. If you have a 7-foot ceiling, you're going to have to bring the speakers in a little bit closer, probably, if you want to put some in-ceiling speakers. So it does affect that. Yeah. If you're trying to get certain angles, it's going to depend on, if you have a high ceiling, maybe you can do a on wall like we do. But if you have a low ceiling, there's no way that you can get the right angle and have it on wall. You might have to put it on the ceiling. So it definitely makes a difference for the upfiring. Right?
Yeah, and you have to there's if you are using upfiring, don't forget to go into your AVR and set the height.
Hopefully that answers the question. And then BB Photo, have you heard Gramani speakers yet? No, not yet. But I would like to. I would like to. Yeah.
I was just thinking about Cedia.
I will not be at Cedia, unfortunately. I would like to go. I won't be going.
I booked a room already.
You're going to be there? Oh, that's awesome. So you can hold it down.
I mean, I can still cancel. It's one of those things. I have I have a friend in Colorado. So, I can always hang out with him afterward. Unless somebody wants to buy me dinner. But I wouldn't be showing anything. But I don't think I'll be trying to do everything I used to do at these trade shows, like go, film all kinds of stuff, or like just see what's out there. So hopefully, why I bring this up is BB Photos. Was it BB Photo that said that?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to hear the Gramani speakers, so I'm sure they're going to be at Cedia.
Yeah.
So I'll hear it. I'm not gonna do all kinds of filming, but I'd like to hear that stuff. And yeah.
Why don't you take us out? We need to join the after show with the rest of these hooligans.
The after show at the after party. Okay. If you guys want to join the after show, go to crew.dailyhifi.com. Become part of the crew, like Michael Squires and Reverend Slim. They got their little logos right by their names because they're part of the crew. And don't you want to fit in? Don't you want to be here and enjoy some times with us here? And then we also have merch over at our merch shop. Go to shop.dailyhifi.com for the merch. And if you don't want to see me eating some salad today, good thing everybody didn't get You mean toss the salad? Yeah, you knew that was coming. Yes. Go to anchor.fm/Daily HiFi to listen to our podcast on on your own time. But if you can make it to the show and ask some questions, come to exactly. Come to the live show, ask some questions, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, every Tuesday here on the Daily HiFi YouTube channel. That's all for now. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye.